Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another freaking video, and in this video we're going to be talking about MyForexFunds and the legal documents regarding the CFTC v MFF, which is MyForexFunds, and then this specific document is essentially the complaint to the District Court of New Jersey, and then they also came out with an actual court order here, as you can see here, by the District Court Judge Robert B. Kugler, right? So we'll just be going over these kind of key points that a lot of people just don't really know about MyForexFunds, right? So a lot of people were literally confused on the stuff that was happening with MyForexFunds. They're like, holy crap, this shit was a scam? How was it a scam? I'm confused. I'm confused too, right? No, I'm not. For a person who has experience with MyForexFunds, who dealt with slippage and commissions in the past with MyForexFunds, right? I've literally had members in the past tell me and complain to me about commissions. And you know, I literally stated back in November, or actually December, that, you know, MyForexFunds hit a breach due to slippage and it happened last week. And I literally told all my members to essentially just fuck off, do not use fucking, MyForexFunds. They're a fucking scam, and ask for a refund, essentially, right? And we've had people in the past as well, as you can read here, that essentially were getting their account breached by supposed slippage, right? Which is fucking fucked, right? So going to like kind of the key points here that people just don't really realize of how the things were working in the background of MyForexFunds, right? So as you can see here, you know, that on these key points on this specific document here, they literally outline that MyForexFunds is a fraud. Period. MyForexFunds has been using a specific Ponzi scheme, right? And that they have been essentially making traders lose money. And how were they able to do that? We're going to be going over those specific key points in this video, right? So going forward here, that they're complaining that MyForexFunds is a fraud, that they use different kind of devices to essentially reduce the likelihood or amount of profitable traders by customers, right? So these devices are essentially softwares and advisors, essentially, that are trying to look at profitable traders on their accounts and just scale them down. How are they able to do that? So they're able to do that by different kind of methods. So essentially, whenever a customer makes money from MyForexFunds, the MyForexFunds essentially loses money, right? So that's their whole Ponzi scheme. Literally, the CFTC has essentially just deemed them a Ponzi scheme, right? And so going to kind of the key points, right? So they use commissions to essentially reduce the customer equity and to increase the losses of the accounts, and also to decrease the profits on the members' accounts. So they were not a liquidity provider. Let me just say that. They were not a fucking liquidity provider. They're the ones who are actually themselves, you know, controlling the electrical trading environment. But essentially, they were not live accounts. They were literally false fucking live accounts. They were simulated accounts created by MyForexFunds. Just because an account says live doesn't mean it's actually live. Brokers can fake that shit and create an environment where they can control everything, right? So I'm sure that you guys will know that, and I knew that from the past. I knew this shit was fucking fake. I knew the live accounts were fake, right? Because the environments of what it looked like from the live markets to, you know, just the simulated markets were very different, right? And I saw that the simulated markets were very correlated to MyForexFunds, right? And their supposed funded accounts. On those specific funded accounts, those slippage was just completely uncorrelated to the market, right? And all their specific brokers, right? I have been affected by that. My members essentially were affected by that. I lost more than, you know, over $1 million altogether, cumulative, like over $1 million worth of profit from accounts with MyForexFunds, and then I lost over like a $10,000 payout. So this is not news, right? This is something that I knew, and I told my members, like, if you guys are part of Algo Labs, you would know that I told that these live accounts are just very fucking sketchy, right? They're not essentially live accounts. They're like simulated accounts, right? And so it's kind of my fault that I literally, you know, decided to go with MyForexFunds. I knew the risk, but I also knew the reward was much more higher. So I took that risk, got bit in the ass. I'm sure you guys got bit in the ass as well. Essentially, any profits made from the customers, whenever a customer makes money, essentially MyForexFund loses, right? They lose money whenever we make money. And so these profits are essentially coming out of their pockets, right? But they're coming from their so-called fees whenever the customers pays MyForexFunds. So they're not actually coming from the actual investors' money or accounts of like $100,000. They're coming from the profits of us essentially paying them for those challenges. And whenever we make money, they lose money. Since they control a simulated electrical trading environment, the commissions are essentially fucking fake, right? They're not actually commissions. They're essentially a tool for them to reduce profits, to increase drawdowns, and to decrease the actual profits made by those profitable members. And it's a way for them to essentially just increase the losses on the customers' accounts. So you can see here that they've gotten over more than $7 million of commissions against their customers' accounts. And all of this shit is just fucking fake, right? They're not an actual broker, they're not an actual liquidity provider. They are controlling a simulated electrical trading environment. So these commissions are just a way for them to fucking just fuck us up, essentially, to try to reduce the profitable traders and try to create more customer losses. And you can see here that Trader Global uses specialized software to automatically add a delay to these customers' accounts. They're creating essentially a trading electrical trading environment in which customers' orders, the delay parameter allows them to delay the execution of customers' orders for a specific period of time. So, which is like completely fucked, right? And then you can see here that they use slippage as another configuration parameter to use to cheat customers, essentially, right? So they are essentially creating different kind of slippage between different kind of market environments to increase customer losses and to decrease profitable traders. So all these key points can be found on this specific document. I'm just going to be going through all of them pretty quickly. And then you can see here a very small number of customer trading live accounts. So essentially what this key point is saying is that the small amount of profitable traders that are trading with MyForexFunds, those profitable traders sometimes go through a process called straight-through processing, or STP. And what that does is essentially it goes to another specific dealer outside of MyForexFunds. And what that essentially is able to do is decrease the profitability of these profitable traders. So more than 70% of customers trading with STP made less money than before. So many of these customers went profitable against MyForexFunds, but unprofitable to STP. Looking forward here in the next kind of key point, they approximately took around $310 million from customers' fees, and they essentially have a net income of $172 million. Kasmi paid over $1.6 million to purchase a freaking Lamborghini. This guy literally just went all fucking crazy. And on December 2022, Kasmi paid over $3.3 million for a Bugatti. So this guy literally just went all Andrew Tate. This guy thought he was Andrew Tate, but this guy was scamming thousands of fucking traders right over here. And so he actually also bought a fucking $1 million house, a $12.6 million estate in Canada, and also $1.3 million 5-bedroom home in New Jersey. So probably the CFTC is gonna fucking take all that shit away, hopefully, and then also the Ontario Security Commission maybe we'll take some of that stuff away. So this guy literally just made a fucking killing, literally just a killing on scamming people. So, you can see here that the MyForexFunds uses a third-party advisor to help with specialized software or algorithms, right, to control the electrical trading environment, right? So, the guy is essentially called Head of Risk and Trading, and I'm sure that you guys maybe have talked to this guy, whenever your accounts are being kind of flagged for spread or slippage issues, or whenever you have to talk to them about your accounts getting flagged for slippage. And so you can see here that this specific guy has a stake. What does that stake mean, right? So a stake means that he has some kind of profit sharing or a similar arrangement. So whenever people are losing money, this guy probably has some kind of profit sharing, right? So whenever MyForexFunds makes a crap ton of money, which means that customers are losing money, he has some kind of profit sharing, incentivizes him to essentially create more losses, just try to fuck more customers up and just create bigger customer losses. So these key points right over here are just essentially talking about the conversations between the head of risk of trading and the advisor, the third-party advisor, with operating the actual algorithms / softwares. So this specific conversation essentially deems that they're talking about a specific trader that has been using some kind of arbitrage system, right? And that this specific trader has literally made over $100,000 from this system, and they're complaining about this guy that, if this strategy works for a month, we will lose over more than $1 million from trading. So this fucking ghost trader, this secret trader, is literally making a killing off them, right? So they're complaining about this guy, and then essentially they're also complaining about during periods of price volatility, customers are able to make a killing with less probability of breaking the rules. So they're complaining that these accounts equity is returning to the positive heavily and making money as a result. And the advisor says, damn, yeah, that's a fucking problem. And then on the next key point, they suspended this guy's account for using some kind of system or algorithm, right? And so they're asking to essentially see the source code, right? We want to see your source code, and then we'll unsuspend your account, right? And then, he has and then this guy essentially is, I don't really know what they were doing, so I can either ban them or STP them, which is straight through processing. He has over $100,000 of pending to withdraw. So this guy literally has his account suspended and has over $100,000 worth of profits, essentially, right? So they're trying to essentially stop the money from going out, right? As you can see here from employee A. And then employee A complains that the advisor was not doing enough to find and eliminate profitable traders, right? So that's just the whole fucking like deal breaker right there, right? If you did not think MyForexFunds was guilty, like this literal sentence should just fucking like click on your mind, right? MyForexFunds use fucking algorithms to find and eliminate profitable traders. And this guy's fucking like upset because he's not getting a profit share whenever customers are making, essentially fucking money, right? So, he also says that, with I'm pretty upset because so many accounts continuously trading are making huge amounts of money. We have record losses, but we aren't picking up those accounts that don't lose, right? So this guy's fucking crying to death right now because he is not able to fucking scam people and make people lose money, right? So on May 4th, 2022, essentially on that specific date, something big happened, and our traders are literally getting slaughtered today. And the advisor said, oh, a lot or just a ton from the drawdowns, right? The employee says both, I think. And then the advisor wrote nice, right? So he's just fucking happy. They're all fucking happy. They're all fucking literally just jumping around with all the profit sharing and shit like that. On Section 87, you can see that we violated more accounts than made today. So hopefully that is a positive net massive loss, right? So they're actually happy on the customers losing a crap ton of money. So on this specific next key points, you can see here the communication between the employee A, head of risk of trading, vs the advisor. You're using slippage and the light to limit customers' profits, right? So on April 15, 2022, they identified an accounts were using these specific robots or algorithms to generate profits, right? So I think we need another profile just on these accounts and slip them to hell. The advisor subsequently added the request profile, right? So they are looking at all these algorithms that people are using and essentially putting them into profiles to make them less profitable or to just essentially blow the account, which makes a lot of sense because of my experience with MyForexFunds. I'm, a quant and I lead a company, a software company that produces algorithms for the retail community. And we've been trading on funded accounts with MyForexFunds and FTMO as well. And so on April 29, 2022, essentially they were trying to put this customer on an aggressive account, and they're essentially angry. They're fucking crying to death because this guy has literally made over $120,000. And if this guy lives, he'll take over $250,000 from us with very few losses, right? So employee A asked the advisor to put another customer on this aggressive profile. And then now the employee says, oh, the account is now fucking dead, with that fucking smiley face. They're just fucking ecstatic. Oh, this person has made money. Now we fucking literally just fucking kill the account, right? They're just so fucking happy because, again, whenever customers make money, they do not fucking make money. They fucking lose money. So they're trying their best to make as much people fucking lose money, right? But the small 1% of people who are actually making money, they're the ones who are actually able to make huge killings of profitable fucking trades, right? Because they're the top 1% of traders and they know how to fucking trade. And so it's their job to essentially just decrease the profitability of these specific traders. So these are all essentially the key points that I wanted to just kind of point out to you guys. And just hopefully you guys have a bigger understanding of what was going on behind the background of MyForexFunds, right? Because a lot of people were shocked. A lot of people just didn't really know what was going on. And so you can find all these documents on the CFTC website here. You can download them from the order and complaint here. This is the order. Which just essentially talks about all the violations of MyForexFunds and the rules in place that they are going to be using against MyForexFunds, right? And then the complaint is just essentially all kind of the charges that they're trying to charge. And at the end of these kind of violations here, you can see that essentially they're stating all the regulations and violations that MyForexFunds has broken and violated. And so they clearly state all over here at the end of the document that, all the specific things that they've literally broken down. And so, yeah, pretty much MyForexFunds is fucking dead. They're fucked. For this guy, for the CEO, Kazmi, he's pretty much maybe facing huge amounts of penalties, maybe even jail time. He's going to have his assets frozen and taken away from him. MyForexFunds, the whole reputation of MyForexFunds is essentially dead. And that is that for MyForexFunds, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. If you guys are wondering on how to get your money back with MyForexFunds, I am going to see if I can try to create another video on how you can essentially get your money back, all your money back from MyForexFunds before the investigation is kind of done. And if you want more additional information, just make sure to just direct message me on Instagram and I can help you out with that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions and I'll see you guys in the next video.